to trim this out. Hello, my lovelies. How are y'all doing today? My name's Luther Silverman, and welcome to a game called Together. This game looks like it's going to be something very near and dear to my heart. It's about being in a relationship with someone with disabilities, specifically depression, which is something I know something about. I myself am an individual with two kinds of depression in a relationship with someone with depression. We've both got other disabilities as well. Collectively, individually, we both have them. So I don't know how this game plays. I just know it's a short game, so I figured, hey, why not a good one-off episode, right? I'm tired. It's late at night. I kind of want to get the recording done. I have to work in the morning, and I won't be home until long after the video's up. So, short video. Sorry, you don't need the behind the scenes. Let's just get into the game. I'm told it works with just the left and right buttons. Yeah, use the arrows to move. There's values there. Say hi to them. Oh, it's a step-by-step thing. It's like we're making decisions, catching what we do. Okay, that makes sense. Message them. Well, yeah, why wouldn't you? You're in a relationship with them, right? Ignore them. Why would you ever do that? Talk to them. Yes. Eat with them. Okay, so love's going up. Not sure how I feel about everything being number-based. Be with them. Obviously. Text them. Well, I do that every day. Why did my stress go up there? Stay with them. Console them. My stress is going to go up, isn't it? Yep, called it. Because that can be a stressful thing. Love them. Be with them. These are all things you should do with anyone. Watch shows with them. This helps a lot, by the way. Laugh with them. That does so much. You guys have no idea. Walk in the park with them. Oh, that should de-stress me. Why did my stress go up? Should have brought it down. What the fuck? Comfort them. Goes up? Leave without them. No. Stress went up there. Why? Message them. Love them. Love went up. That's what I want to see. Compassion's 100. So I'm guessing once I reach 100 on love and compassion, then I'm good. I win. Lie in the sun with them. I don't know how I feel about that being the win condition, though. Ask them out. Oh, we're not even in a relationship yet, and my stress is all the way up. Text them. Is this my love for them or their love for me? Listen to music with them. I'm assuming it's my love for them. Go home with them. Kiss them. Oh, stress. Stress did not move. These values are... Talking with them increases stress? Man, you got problems. Message them. Goes up? Okay, it depends on the message. Console them. That can work. Tell them a story. Oh, that's relaxing. That's a fun time. What? Stress goes up for that. Love them. Talk with them. Just a basic conversation? Why does that go up? Eat with them. Do homework with them. You both get something out of that. That's... Oh, come on. That's almost relationships start in high school, man. Go to the park with them. How's that stressful? Listen to them. That can be. Depends on what they're saying. Hold them close. Why did that go up? Ignore them for work. Oh, the wording there is super dubious. Wish them good night. Good night. Walk with them. Why is my heart beating faster? Hang with their friends. That's important. Go to the movies with them. De-stress. What? Excuse me, how? Laugh with them. Go home with them. Make out with them. Okay, we're getting intimate now. That stress went down, finally touched them. Ooh, how intimate are we going to get here? Talk with them. This is a very inconsistent relationship. Snuggle with them. Okay, 100, and I still haven't won. Walk home with them. Message them. Why is my stress going up? Ignore them to sleep. Well, it's not really ignoring them. Why did those go down? Walk with them. It's not really ignoring them if you need your sleep. Wipe away their tears. Yes. Always. Hold them close. How does that go up? Worry about them. You should worry about anyone you're in a relationship. Why is my heart breaking? Go to work. Love them. Walk with them. Ignore your friends for them. No. Introduce your friends, man. Go to the park with them. Excuse me? Love is okay, I have serious issues with that. Okay. No. No. Is this one of those games you cannot win? The values don't go above 100, so... Okay, we're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna blow my face up here real quick. I have some serious issues. I'm gonna lower this so I can sit back a bit. I have some serious issues with how that game worked. I went into this in a good mood. I went into this thinking this would be an adorable little relationship-style short RPG type deal, where I just make decisions, balance my needs with theirs, but... Because by the description, that's what it sounded like. I was balancing my needs with theirs, which is what you have to do. Everything, especially in a relationship, everything has to exist in balance. I know I sound like guru, religion, whatever. I'm going to put this out there so you guys know where I'm coming from. I'm not religious. But I still believe that everything needs to exist in balance, especially in your personal life, especially with relationships, because they are a balance. And I feel like the person who created this game, Alex, I can't remember your last name, Alex. I can remember your first name because that's my daughter's first name, but the message you're giving here, I was thinking this game was going to be a positive message, a you can do this message. Because I know all too many people who have suffered through this. I'm guessing this is about a breakup. Am I close there? But here's the thing. It is currently June 17th, 2018. It's Father's Day, my first Father's Day. As a parent. I first asked my fiance out in the fall? Fall. It was fall. It was definitely fall. Because we went to Halloween. It was Halloween soon after that, so yes, definitely fall. Of 2004. Okay, I was in high school when I asked her out. And I knew she had issues. I didn't know what her issues were. I know exactly what they are now. I know them more intimately and better than anybody else knows her issues. And she knows mine better. And I feel like you're blaming your relationship's failure on your partner's disabilities. And that is not something I can abide. That is dirty. That is cruel. That is inhumane. It is inhuman. It is potentially sociopathic. I would suggest you find help. And I'm not saying this out of anger. Even though the message of this game hurts me deeply. I'm still coming to you with nothing but love and compassion in my heart. Because I feel like you've had too much pain. I feel like maybe you've created some of your own pain. And maybe some of that pain is deserved. And if it is, you need to look into that. And I do feel bad for what happened to you. But man, that's life. okay? If you're gonna date someone with a disability like depression, you have to be in it for the long haul. There is no halfway. You're either in it or you're not. And normally I detest using absolutes. But I can tell you right now that I am absolutely committed to Stephanie. Alright? She is... I can't say she's the only thing in my life that gives me meaning now, because I have a daughter with her, but... So, there's a bit of competition, that's what I'm getting at there. But for the longest time, she kept me going. Because I had my issues. She had her issues. We learned about each other's issues. And we worked around them together as a team. That's how you're supposed to do it. Okay, that's how relationships work. And if they don't work like that, they don't work at all. Okay? Now, to anyone watching this who isn't Alex, I have some words to say for you. If you're going through a relationship and it's tough because of their disabilities, hang in there. Okay? I'm proof that you can do it. And you're gonna argue a lot. But I'm reminded of that scene from The Babadook. Why can't you just be normal? Ah! Yeah, you're gonna have that conversation. A lot. Trust me. But they can't be normal. They're not capable of being normal. And so they're not capable of having a normal relationship. And if you actually love them, then you will help them. And since the creator of this game wanted to make love into a game, I commented already that I was uncomfortable with everything being numerical value based. If you're going to view your relationship with numbers and values, your relationship is always doomed to fail. Okay? Like that's the feeling I got when I saw the numbers. I'm like, okay, values, it might just be a gameplay thing, it might be metaphorical. But you're always going to lose in this game, is what I feel like. And it's frustrating that there is this much misinformation out there about people with disabilities, and it pisses me off. Okay, I generally try to stay positive on my channel, but this irritates me. This angers me. Because I have so many relationships with people. I have so many strong relationships with people. And not a single one of the people I know, not a single one of the people I call a friend, is neurotypical. Okay? I know a man who will always live with his parents because he cannot physically function without them. I've known him since high school. Stephanie has depression. I'm hesitating because I don't know what she wants me to say, but I'm going back through our conversations. I'm not hesitating. I'm remembering what she said I can and can't say. She has depression. She has social anxiety. She has general anxiety. She has... I am looking at the screen, by the way. I'm just looking down so I don't... Screen glare! That's why. She has PTSD. She's autistic. She's got so many issues. But we work through them. Actually, I do have one neurotypical friend now that I think about it. Actually, no. Come think of me, he might have depression. But my best friend has muscular dystrophy. I have never once held that against him. Yeah, I'll joke about it because I'm an asshole, and we're that's just the kinds of friends we are. But in the end, If you can't handle their disability, then you can't handle them. And they deserve better than you. And if I end a toxic relationship with this by saying this, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay if that causes further problems. As this may have, as clearly you have problems, whoever made this game. But talk about your problems, guys. Please. Please. It is super important, okay? It is the only way that your relationship is going to go anywhere. It's the only way that you will have a healthy relationship in the future. And guys and girls, whoever, however you identify, I don't fucking care. If you're in a relationship with someone and you don't feel like they're taking your disability seriously, talk to them about it. Please. I know it's hard. I've been there. I've been there so many times. I've had so many relationships end because I didn't talk to them. I've had so many more end because they didn't talk to me. It's a dumb reason for a relationship to end. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate on both sides here, okay? If you're in a relationship with someone with disabilities, talk to them. Figure out something that works, okay? Because let me tell you, depression, it's not their fault. Speaking as someone with two kinds of depression, both chronic and manic, let me tell you, existence is hell. Every day we struggle, okay? And I hear all too often, just cheer up, just get over it. It's all in your head, you're making it worse than it is. Which makes me think that you might also have some neuroatypicalities in there that you should probably get looked at, if you haven't already. Again, talking to the game creator here. And this is coming from a place of love, not anger. I am angry, but I'm not going to let anger rule me this night. It's late. I've had a long day. But I'm a patient man. And that is what it takes. Patience. I can see myself in my reflection in my sunglasses here. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. People on the side of the people dating who don't have disabilities, dating people who do have disabilities, bear with it. Please. You might save their life. Okay? And if they break up with you, talk it out. Okay? Please. And if the relationship ending is the healthy decision, then please, I implore you, please end the relationship in a healthy manner. Don't do it over text or email or Skype or Messenger or Twitter. Don't break up with someone over a note or a text. Break up with them in person. Be dignified. And for the people, and that previous statement goes for both sides. That's just basic human decency, okay? And for the people with the disabilities, be patient with the person you're dating. Oftentimes they don't know right away how to handle you. Teach them. Experience is the best teacher, I find. I didn't know how to handle Stephanie at first, but because I tried to understand her, she couldn't tell me how to handle her. That's a part of her autism. She can't communicate effectively. I had to learn by trial and error what meant what. A lot of it was body language. A lot of it was how she said things. A lot of it was figuring out that she doesn't quite understand the words she's saying herself. And I try to correct her in positive, friendly way. In a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not productive. What's the word I'm looking for? Fuck. Courteous. No, not courteous. Anyway, I try to do it in a positive way. Constructive. That's the word I'm looking for. I try to correct her in a constructive way. I don't go, that's not what that word means. You're an idiot. I ask them, did you mean this word? And that works. They go, oh yeah, sorry, I can't talk too well. And that's usually how the conversation goes. They apologize, which they did not need to do. Steffi never needs to apologize for not understanding what she's saying, unless it's something like super insulting. Like every once in a while, I'll catch her saying something, and I'll go, "You know that has racial connotation, right?" And I didn't know that, and because she really didn't, she took it literal. She doesn't know all of this stuff. She's not trying to be insensitive. She literally doesn't know that it's the meaning behind what she says sometimes. And that's something that a lot of people can't handle. And it was hard for me to handle at first, but I did. And she now knows, like, I correct her, and she's like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to have to stop using that. And she stops using it. But see, you can help them. They can help you. You can help each other, guys. It's... what am I trying to say? I don't know, I'm fucking tired. It's like 9:40, whatever. 9:50 something. It's late. I can't articulate my words too good right now. See, I just said too good. But the message behind this game... I'm sorry, it's hot in here. I'm sorry. Ow, fuck. Got pulled on the cord there. I cannot abide by the message of this game at all. It's cruel, it's toxic, it's irresponsible to say that the way this game feels, it's like being in a relationship with someone with disabilities is a no-win situation. But I'm winning. She's winning. We're both winning. We're winning together as a team. Sorry, I got a little impassioned there and shook the desk. I apologize for the shaky cam. That camera's bad enough as is. I shouldn't be doing that. But if you guys are struggling out there, know that I've got your back, okay? The person you're with might not be the person for you. You might not be the person for them. And if your relationship ends, it ends. Please don't take it personally. Please don't start thinking that love is a myth. Please. The second I saw that, my heart broke. And it came out as anger. Because instantly... because I had that feeling for the longest time. And it's not a fun feeling to have. It's this deep emptiness that nothing... I think I just realized the irony of this game. It's about dating someone with depression. But when they break up with you, you start finally understanding how they feel. You start feeling that emptiness inside that no matter what you do, you just cannot seem to fill. That sense of loneliness, even when you're with the people you care about. That's something I face every fucking day, buddy. Alright? And to say that feeling is love is irresponsible. It is dangerous. Okay, I picked this game up because it was a free-to-play game. I thought it would be fun for a little one-off episode. I did not mean for it to turn into this, and I apologize for that. And I have so many things I want to say that I just can't articulate right now. And I'm probably never going to get to say them because by the time this video uploads, like by the time I think about them, this video will already be uploaded. I can't think clearly right now because I'm adrenalized. I'm thinking with how I feel. I'm not thinking with the thing that makes the words come out. Does that make sense? But this game, I can't abide it. I'm gonna leave a link to it in the description, one way or the other, because that's just the courtesy you do with these things. Because this was a Steam game. But I cannot abide that message at all. Like, love is definitely not a myth. I know because I feel love every day. I feel sadness and depression cripplingly every single day. Okay, I have struggled for years with suicidal tendencies. But what gets me through all of that is love. So to say that that is a myth is a very, very dangerous thing that I cannot allow to happen without just sitting down, which ironically is what I'm doing, but ignore that. Because me making the rest of this video is me standing up, symbolically. Alex, whatever your last name is, you are an irresponsible human being. I feel bad for what has happened to you. And I do not criticize you. I do not criticize your situation, your life. I do, however, heavily criticize how you take this breakup and how you handle it. I criticize this game heavily. Because going into it, I thought it was like I would be making decisions to balance my needs with the needs of my other. Okay? That didn't happen. It's all other. Catch the thing they need. Other. Catch the thing they need. Other. Catch the thing they need. Thing they need. Thing they need. Ignore for your needs. And that is a very one-sided view of things. Like, you view your relationship as one-sided. Everything has to be about the other person. And that's not how a relationship is. If that's how you view your relationship, then maybe you should have ended it. Even if you loved them. Because that relationship is not healthy. I've had my fair share of unhealthy relationships. I know. But the one I'm in is the most healthy I've ever had. And let me tell you something. All those friends I mentioned that all have disabilities, they put up with mine. I put up with them. We each improve each other. I have several friends with PTSD, and some of the things I do trigger them off, and they're not things I can control because they are my disabilities. But you know what? They're still friends of mine, and I'm still friends of theirs, and some of these people are my best friends. Okay? People I would literally take a bullet for, and I know that they would take a bullet from me. And I'm struggling to keep my composure right now because this game absolutely breaks my heart. Like, I'm thinking of the consequences of this game. If this game becomes popular, if this game makes it into the hands of the wrong person, someone who will take this message the wrong way, someone who will take this cynicism to heart, what they're going to do. Did you even think about that? I mean, I played this game, and I've struggled with suicidal tendencies since I was 12. 12! I'm 28. That's more than half of my life. That was before I hit puberty. Can you imagine what a teenager with these thoughts is going to do? Because I know exactly what they're going to do, and let me tell you, that is not something you want on your conscience. I do not approve of this game at all, by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm still going to post this video up, partially because I need the content, but mostly, 98% of this, because I want to let everybody who's played this game know that this game is not accurate. Okay? The wording on all the things you catch, it's always focus on your other person, focus on the other person, focus on the other person, focus on the other person. And anytime something even resembling personal responsibility shows up, it's ignore them to do it. Ignore them for sleep. Ignore them to hang out with your friends. Ignore them for work. These are things I saw in there. And if anyone watching this video has played this game before and felt like you could relate to this game, please know that that's not how it really is. Okay? Please. Life is so much more than that. It's so much more than numerical values and focusing on someone else. If you have that kind of relationship, then please talk to the other person about it. Because odds are they have some miscontent as well. And if you can't seem to find any catharsis in your relationship, please let it go. Be healthy. Do what you have to do for you. And I feel like that's what the person on the other side of this game was trying to do. I feel like... Sorry, this game hit me. Sorry. I feel like the person on the other side of this game, the person we're not seeing the perspective of, they're the victim. And this whole game is Victim Complex Simulator. It's like this game is going to promote things, promote values that I cannot abide. It's going to encourage people to do things that there's no turning back from. I can't seem to find the words that I want to say. I know the idea, but the words won't come to me. Just know that if you are out there and you need my help, I will help you. If you're in a relationship and need advice, I'm your guy. I've been through it all, just with this one relationship. I've been through abusive relationships, and this game makes it feel like by taking a break for yourself to do something you need to do, like see a doctor or go to work, that because you're doing that and not actively spending time with them, that you're abusive. But that's... Let's actually check this out real quick, because I didn't read any of the reviews. I did read the description. Hi, coyotes. There's Steam. Alright. I can't see where my face is, so I apologize if I'm off camera to get... Oh, right there. Together. Free. Together VR. Well, that's a completely different game. Why did I go back? That's not what I meant to do. Whoa, way too far. Steam. Am I signed in? I can't tell if I am or not. I don't think I am. But it doesn't matter if I'm signed in or not. together. The right one this time, yeah. Mostly positive. With 143. Okay, so this part right here. Right here. This is what I read. Can you survive being in a relationship? Together is a game about being with someone. Someone who is kind. Someone who makes you happy. Someone whose mental state requires a lot of time and energy. Someone who you care about. That's the part I read. What's with this fucking blue heart down here? I didn't see that. Wow! Love 16, stress 68, compassion 21. You have a cold heart. Love 0? Oh, that's the start. That's right. Ignore them to sleep. See that right there? You can't ignore people if you're asleep. It is physically impossible. The wording on this is just so irresponsible. Let's see if I can get some of these examples here. Use the arrow keys to move. Message them. Why did that create stress? Was a question for me. Ignore them to sleep. I already had my comment on that one. But over time, feelings change. I didn't even get that one. Whoa. I did not. Oh, hey, screenshots. 5 of 5. Escape, please. But let's see what. All right, let's actually read this description here because I have. You guys can't see this, can you? My face is still blown up, isn't it? Oopsie. My apologies. Okay, we're on the Steam page, so I'm going to go back and tell you, this is the part I read right here. I'm going to show you the screenshots here. That's the start screen. I showed you that one. You saw that one. Message them, which again, I don't know how that made stress. The heart here is blue. I didn't get that, but look at those values, man. That is... How did you even get in a relationship with... Man, just get a therapist. But again, this whole thing, ignore them to sleep. You can't ignore someone if you're asleep. I said that already, I know, but now you guys can actually see it. And I didn't see this, but but over time, feelings change. My feelings towards Steffi haven't changed one fucking bit. If anything, they've gotten stronger. Okay, so we're actually going to read this now that I remembered that you can't see the screen and fixed it. Together is a game about being with someone who is kind, someone who makes you happy, someone whose mental state requires a lot of your time and energy, someone who you care about. But after you've invested so much love in being with them, what happens when they no longer feel the same way? See, it makes it take it personal. Together is a game inspired by the personal experiences of the developer about the trials and tribulations of managing a relationship, demanding schoolwork, and your own needs. Within that sentence, it does not mention disabilities once. That makes it even more irresponsible, because now it seems like it's just any relationship. But I'm going to highlight this. Someone whose mental state requires a lot of your time and energy. Literally anyone with anxiety. Anyone with PTSD. Anyone with depression. Anyone with a bad family life. Anyone who lives with anyone who's abusive. All of these numbers are on the rise, by the way. Experience the demands of a relationship by either catching or avoiding falling choices in a resource management game. Love is not a resource management. You manage your resources for love, yes. But not like this. Not in any way like this. Choosing whether or not to take these actions will affect your stats, compassion, stress, and love. Balancing these three aspects of your current well-being is essential to maintaining to surviving through this relationship without falling apart at the seams, which I don't feel is possible at all, because I feel like I ignored all the negative things and my stress still went up. Being there for someone who's going through depression and loss seems easy at first. No, it fucking does not. But over time, the stress of dropping everything to be at their side builds up. That is so fucking irresponsible to word it that way. Where was I? If you instead decide to ignore them and lose your compassion, even though you still love them, then you become an abusive partner and lost your way. What? But if you manage to stick through it to the end, what happens if they break up with you? I fucking called it. It is about them breaking up with the other person. After you've invested so much and endured for so long, can you handle it? Honestly, this is something Steffi and I have talked about extensively. We have agreed that should we end up parting ways, like we have agreements in place should we end up breaking up. And we've had these agreements in place for years because it is always a thought in the back of your head. In any relationship, really. I'm gonna go back to my face here. Give me a second. Fuck you. You guys can see the red outline in the background, but you can't see the actual red outline. That's hilarious. Anyway. I have nothing nice to say about this game. Like, even the gameplay wasn't that good. It's I like the simplicity of it. I like the fact that it's a short game, but I can't enjoy this game. I can't enjoy the thought of this game. It's cruel. It's inhumane. It's borderline sociopathic. I feel like the person making this game, the relationship they were in, they didn't actually put in enough thought to what they were doing. It was all them or me. No medium. There's no us. There has to be an us. There does have to be a them. And there does have to be a me. But us. Alright, think of a Venn diagram. Here's me, here's them, here's us. Us is the majority of that diagram. Okay, yes, it's important to have this little bit of me and this little bit of them. They have their thing, you have your thing. You're not the same person, obviously. But if you can't make us work while still making me work and making them work, then your relationship is not in balance. It needs to be in balance. Balance it. Think of it like, since I went with the balance thing, my hands are going to be scales here. This hand has rocks. Rocks depict stress. This hand has a bucket, or has a cup of water. Okay? The cup is currently halfway filled. And that's not an optimism or pessimism thing. It's, alright, what's water going to symbolize? Like, yeah, I have it in my head. It's coming up with the words is the problem. Okay, so you don't add the stress, but the stress gets added on. How you handle this cup of water is how you handle that stress, okay? talking is like a sip of water or adding water. It's relief, because water is relief. That's the symbol I came up with here. So rocks get added on. Oh, wrong way. Rocks get added on. Water goes up. If you don't adjust this water, if you don't put more water into it, if you add more water in, it'll balance out. I'm not good at this comparison. Forget I did that. But just know that you need to balance it out. It can work, okay? My relationship with Stephanie started in high school, my sophomore year. Okay? I was just coming out of an abusive relationship where I can admit my part in the toxicity now. Now that I'm an adult, even though the majority of it was retaliatory, I was still toxic. And I got out of that relationship. And I was super nervous about starting a new one, right? But you know what? I'm not the only one who wants to go out with her. 2 of my best friends also do. And they tell me this. And they know I want to go out with her. So they tell me, if you don't ask her out, I will. And they each tell me that individually on their own. So the next day, I take all that anxiety and I ignore it for the day. I take all the stress that the thought of asking her out brings me and I ignore it for 5 minutes. I ignore my stress. And I'm so glad I did. Because sophomore year, we're an item. Sorry, Kratos. Man, I knocked you over on Father's Day. What is wrong with me? Sorry, not the time to joke, I know. But junior year, her parents moved to Nebraska and they took her with her. No. No, junior year we were still a couple. Right? Yeah, I didn't take her to prom because I had to go to a wedding in Florida. A state I never want to go back to because I can't fucking breathe. But I missed my chance at junior prom. And there was no one I wanted to go with other than her. Senior year comes around. That's when she moved to Nebraska with her parents. And you know what? We stayed a couple through that. 2017 through 2018, she's in Nebraska. I don't physically see her, but we still talk over the phone. We talk on the internet. We made the long distance thing work. With our disabilities, with our depressions, with both of our anxieties, both of our PTSDs, and her autism. And my anger. I was an angry kid, okay? I'll admit that. 2019. She's still in Nebraska. We made it work. 2019 hasn't come in yet, but 2009. Sorry, I'm tired. Forgive me. 2009, she's still in Nebraska. December of 2010, she moves in with me. And her parents were not happy. I'm not going to get into that story because she's specifically requested that I leave that part out of anything I talk about, so I'm not going to get into that. But people who know me will understand what I'm getting at here. But for years, we made the long distance thing work. For years after that, we had to work around her parents not approving of us even being together. They're okay with it now. But for years... Oh, excuse me. Fucking tired. Been a long day. I haven't slept restfully in like 6 days because hospitals suck. And work sucks. But, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna get back to my story, wrap it up. We lived with my parents for years. I had a job for like 8 months before I got fired. That has caused so much more stress, but we got through it because we were a team. Okay? And then 3, 4, somewhere around there, years of unemployment, most of which I did not qualify for unemployment because they did not believe I was looking for a job. Meanwhile, a friend of mine who is not looking for a job is collecting full benefits. That's a discussion for another time. But I'm looking for a job for 3 years. Right, and this is when I was considering YouTube, but I didn't, the first time, but I didn't end up going with it. We got through that. Yeah, we had a lot of arguments. No, it wasn't easy. At all. By far. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, but I'm so glad we got through it. We got through it because we were there for each other. We didn't get through it because we were comparing. Oh, my battery's starting to die. I should probably... No, I'm not plugged in. Why am I not plugged in? I am plugged in. Oh, I'm not plugged into the wall. But we were there for each other, is what I'm getting at. I'm sorry I keep interrupting myself. I have ADHD. That's one of my other disabilities. This is just a disability episode. But we got through it by being a team. We got through it together. We got through it with love, compassion, and understanding, which is the one thing this game was missing. There was no understanding. The person making this game did not understand the disabilities, did not understand the other person involved. I'm not going to make assumptions about either person's gender, because Alex is a gender neutral. It's not gender neutral, but it's an abbreviation that can go for either gender. Because my daughter's name is Alex, and my male coworker's name is Alex. One is Alexander, one is Alexandra. There's also Alexa, Alexis, Alexia. All kinds of names can start with Alex. So I'm not going to make any assumptions on either gender. Okay? Plus, it's Pride Month. I'd feel bad about doing that. I'd feel bad about doing that if it wasn't Pride Month. Even worse in Pride Month. Especially as I'm a big supporter of Pride. Happy Pride, by the way. Pride started yesterday here. But we got through that. And I ended up getting a job. And I've had that job for 6.5 years now. Also yesterday. Yesterday was the halfway mark. So 6.5 years I've had this job, and we've been together. And this job has caused so much stress, as jobs do. This job has caused arguments in my personal life. I have since made a rule: do not mix work and home. And you also need to pick which one you think is more important to you. Prioritize. Me, I prioritized her. I have gone home early more times than I care to count because she needed my help. I mean, there are certain red flags that I listen for when we have conversation. And I talk to her on all of my breaks. Okay, I call her on my breaks because I know how she gets. I haven't been lately because she's been dealing with Alex and I don't want to disturb her, and my shifts are more in the morning now. And that makes it a lot easier to manage without needing them. But I still ask her how she's doing through texts and stuff throughout my shift and on my breaks, etc. I make sure she's okay. And I know that I can leave if I need to, because my bosses know her issues. I talk to them. And it feels like that's the issue that ended this relationship in the game, is that they didn't talk. Either to each other or to the people they needed to. They didn't get help. They didn't help each other. They didn't get help from each other. I'm getting tired. My vision is starting to blur. And I am rambling. I have been rambling for an hour, holy balls! Ugh. But long story short, guys, you can make it work. Please try. And if you can't make it work, it sucks. But you'll survive. I did. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm going to get to Steffi because that bugle, one of her triggers, is about to go off. And right on cue it goes off. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. That'll do it for this episode. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like and comment down below. Subscribe for more content daily. I'm not going to finish my outro, guys. I got to get to Steffi. Bye.